the Future.
Sweet.
All right. Did you know all of these before you read them?
Not all of them.
Oh, look at that.
I will elaborate.
And he is a super fan.
I will elaborate as we go through them. Go ahead.
All right. Number 1. Oh, after I read the whole thing,
No,
you're
no,
gonna
after
elaborate?
you go through each one.
Oh, okay.
I will elaborate.
Number 1, Eric Stoltz actually made it in the final movie. Now, Eric Stoltz was famously hired, then fired a few weeks into playing Marty McFly. This is probably the one piece you already knew. You'd be hard-pressed to find any footage of Stoltz in Back to the Future outside of a DVD feature, but did you know that he actually made it in the movie? Tom Wilson, who plays Biff Tannen, revealed it was actually Stoltz's fist who hit him in the diner scene in 1955. He says, it's my belief that Eric Stoltz's fist punches me in the 50s cafe because I don't think we reshot that. It was a close-up of me.
See, that I did not know.
Boom.
I knew that he took over, he did Back to the Future originally, and then he got fired. I didn't know that his fist was actually in the movie.
Boom.
And I actually went through and I froze the frame, and it is a little blurry and hard to see, but you can't really tell that it's not Michael J. Fox or is Eric Stoltz. No.
Okay. Number 2. The movie was almost titled Spaceman from Pluto.
That's right.
Universal head apparently didn't like the original title, saying no one would see a movie with the word future in the title. He suggested to Robert Zemeckis that they change the title to Spaceman from Pluto to play into the movie's joke of Marty as an alien. So instead of Marty uttering the line, quote, I'm Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan to his terrified father, he would say, I'm a spaceman from the planet Pluto. Luckily, Steven Spielberg quickly shot that down.
And the way he shot it down is he wrote back a memo to the exec saying, oh, we got your memo. That was hilarious. And the studio exec was, because this is Steven Spielberg, he's like, oh, shit. He was embarrassed and he never brought it back up. And then they were able to release with Back to the Future.
That's funny. Number 3, in early drafts of the script, the time machine was a refrigerator. The time machine looked like an old refrigerator that was powered by a power converter. To get back to the present day, Marty and Doc had to travel to a Nevada atomic test site to power the machine. Budget constraints forced Zemeckis to rewrite the climactic scene, and the team decided to change the time machine to a DeLorean because of the futuristic look, and they didn't want children who watched the film to start climbing into fridges.
Guess who would have climbed into a fucking fridge?
That guy.
Right here.
Yeah.
Now, to add a little bit more to that story, you know, you were saying about the script where they're in a nuclear site.
Yeah.
I actually have the original script from Back to the Future.
Oh, yes.
Where it's supposed to take place in a nuclear site, and then the nuke kind of comes down on the refrigerator. I actually have that script, and I've shared it with your daughter.
Yeah.
I think because she's a big Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But I think she's the big Back to the Future fan. Your son is like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's amusing.
He read it in a day.
Well, so did I.
He enjoyed
I
it.
read it in like an hour, and I don't read.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a great story. It would have changed a lot. I enjoy the DeLorean, but I like what they originally had. I am glad they didn't go with the refrigerator. It wouldn't have been as cool.
Okay.
So it's nice that I have the original script. If anybody wants the original script, I will email it to you. I have it on PDF.
Email at beansandcracker.com.
So if you want it, email at beansandcracker.com.
Number 4, Einstein was originally a chimpanzee.
Einie.
This time, Scheinberg did right by declaring that no movie with the chimpanzee has ever been a success. Einstein was changed to a sheepdog. Aw, he's so cute. Number 5. Ronald Reagan was a fan.
That's true.
He was so amused by the movie's in-joke about his presidential run that Doc, incredulous at the idea that an actor could ever become president, that he asked his projectionist to replay that scene. Reagan even referenced the movie in his 1986 State of the Union, saying, quote, as they said in the film Back to the Future, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Damn right. Damn right.
Look at that. Number 6.
Whoa, that was gay. Hold on. There you go.
This was Billy Zane's first film role.
That's true.
He played one of Biff's cronies, Match.
That's right. Did you know that?
I didn't know it was his first role.
Yeah. And by the way, if anybody doesn't know, he's
the
the rich guy from
Titanic guy.
Titanic.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 7, and Back to the Future 2 was Elijah Wood's film debut. He was that kid playing an arcade game in the
He's
Future
so
Cafe.
tiny.
Look at him. He's a little kid. So cute.
He's the little kid that I think he utters the line of, you need hands for this?
Yeah.
That's like a baby's game.
Yeah. Number 8. In Back to the Future 3, Michael J. Fox almost really suffocated. Remember that scene where Marty gets dragged behind a horse, then gets hanged by his neck for a scary couple seconds? Well, that wasn't acting. In his book Lucky Man, Fox said he was really suffocated, losing consciousness for a couple seconds before Bob Zemeckis, fan of mine that he was, realized even I wasn't that good of an actor. Damn.
I didn't know that. I had no clue, yes.
Number 9. ZZ Top gave an impromptu concert on the set of Back to the Future 3. Yes, the rock band made a cameo in Back to the Future 3, but they also performed a spontaneous concert for the cast and crew while they were waiting for a camera to be repaired. After 2 hours of playing, Robert Zemeckis revealed the camera had been fixed, but they didn't want to stop the party.
I guess they were having fun.
Number 10, Jaws 19 is shown to be directed by Max Spielberg, who is the real-life son of Steven
And we're actually
Spielberg.
showing a graphic where you can actually see on the right-hand side, you can see Max Spielberg.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Yes, it's true.
Does he direct?
No,
Okay.
he hasn't done anything.
Number 11, Crispin Glover didn't actually appear in the last 2 films. Glover was reportedly angry at a materialistic ending of the first film and refused to appear in the second, or it may have been because of paycheck issues. Whatever the case, the guy who played old George McFly in 2015 actually was a doppelganger with tons of makeup and facial prosthetics caked on him. For other scenes, Zemeckis cut together clips of Glover's previous films to fill in the holes.
I did hear that he was a complete bitch.
Yeah, douchebag.
Yeah, he was a douche and a half.
Number 12, Biff's catchphrases were improvised. Thomas F. Wilson did, in fact, coin the terms, quote, make like a tree and get out of here, and butthead. Those were his own terms.
Butthead.
Number 13. Some of the shots of the dog in the car were actually of a man in a dog suit.
Well, yeah, of course. The dog's not driving the car. Right. They had to have a stunt driver. Yeah, that makes sense.
Number 14. 3 more Martys could have been. Before there was Stoltz, John Cusack, C. Thomas Howell were in talks to play Marty. Johnny Depp apparently auditioned, but the poor guy's reading wasn't even remembered by writer Bob Gale. Ralph Macchio turned down the role, thinking the movie was about, quote, a kid, a car, and plutonium bills.
And see, I knew about all of them except for Johnny Depp. I didn't know anything.
Nobody knew.
I didn't know that Johnny Depp actually read for it. Shit, evidently Bob Gale didn't know either.
Number 15, the final fact you might not have known. 3 more Doc Browns who could have been. Jeff Goldblum, John Lithgow, and Dudley Moore were all considered for Doc Brown.
I knew about Jeff Goldblum. I didn't know about the other 2.
I couldn't imagine. No idea. Actually, John Lithgow would probably be decent.
I think, by the way...
Lithgow would be good. Dudley Moore, no.
Had Christopher not been available, Christopher Lloyd not been available, I think you're right. Lithgow would have been amazing. Amazing. Yeah. He would have nailed it. It would have been...
He might have been even better.
Ooh, she's throwing down the gauntlet.
Boom! Just happened.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know that it would have been better, but it would have been...
He would have nailed it.
It would have been good. Not as good as Christopher.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking of it in Third Rock from the Sun.
I know, I understand.
Stupid like nobody's business.
I understand, but Doc Brown brings the heat.
It's true.
He is Doc Brown.
And by the way, looks the same today as he did 30 years ago.